How's it going, everybody? It's me, Shane, and I'm here to give you another Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba episode review. This is the Hashira training arc, final episode, episode 8, entitled The Hashira Unite. And before I go any further, please hit the like button, subscribe, and hit that notification bell right there so you be notified of more anime reviews like this one. And if you want to support me even further, my Patreon link is in that description below as well. Guys, what an episode. We get 3 bouts of lore, some cool shit that happens, a cool ass visual that happens, and just an amazing what the F. I haven't passed the 1 minute mark yet. The what the F moment. Oh man, I actually only have 1 page of notes, surprisingly, and I got a lot of phone stuff. So remember last episode when Muzan just kind of burned? It looks like he's burning through the Wisteria. I assume that's what's going on. Why would there just be a weird mist around him? He's going to Ubuyashiki, who is not. Ubuyashiki is not Nesco, the guy that's guarding Nesco. I know I said that at the end before I even looked up his name. Urodaki, I think that's how you say his name. Ubuyashiki is the name of the master, name of the clan. And he was expecting him. Said he was literally expecting him to show up. Old brown shoes having ass. That was actually in my notes too. And he said, nice to meet you, Kibutsuji Muzan. And dude even says, yeah, you looking kind of hideous. I can't believe all of this. And this atmosphere is weird, dog. Like Muzan's like, I don't know why. I don't have no anger, no hatred. It feels more familiar. And he's saying this while dude's 2 kids, the twins, are playing ball and singing a song that is so awkward. Like the song it's a Japanese song. I say awkward, but they're doing the sing song things like one is for one night ending. And them playing is in 3D, and they're having this damn conversation. And the master does sit up. He even coughs, and you see like his bandage comes out. You see like his eyes all messed up and his blood dripping from it. He's bleeding from his eyes too. As a matter of fact, at one point you see Muzan's reflection in them. So I'm like, I don't know if he can actually still see or not. But man, so let's get this first thing down here. Muzan and Master Ubuyashiki, they are related. Granted, even Ubuyashiki says, well, you know, the blood is not as thick as it would be, but you and I are related. And dude's like, Muzan's an ass. He's just straight up, am I supposed to care about that? Jeez. And what's so crazy is this clan, this is the head of this clan that's been fighting him for 1,000 years, who has been personally thwarting him. Even Muzan's like, you're in this deplorable state. He's kind of disappointed. And dude was supposed to die like 6 months ago. And even the doctor is surprised that he's up. And he's like, no, he is alive because of hate. If I could remember line for line, Euphoria, shout out to Kendrick, I would, because that is deep hate right here. And but yet here he is still alive. So they are related. And the clan is cursed because of him, because they produce a monster like him. So see, kids were 1,000 years ago, when the family would have a baby, the baby would just die. Like the baby would not last long, the baby would die. So they go to this priest, and the priest tells them, a demon has emerged from your bloodline. Again, if I didn't mention the last episode, I mentioned the episode before last. We translated to demon, but they literally say Oni. And when taking that into effect, that they are technically fighting Onis, it makes a lot of this even more cooler, especially looking at it from that Japanese mythological aspect. But I digress. And so they have to dedicate themselves to killing the demon that has emerged from that family so the clan can survive. So in the process through the ages, they married the daughters of the priests. So, there's priestly bloodlines. And then it's heavily implied that that's who, Lady Ubuyashiki, that's who the lady is. She is part of that, which will explain the hair, how she looks beautiful, how she looks striking. You got the twins there. There's only 2 children. I'll get to that in a minute. I'm doing some quotes here. No intro, by the way. There's no intro for this. They never do intro for the final episodes. And, it's made the children less prone to death, but no one lives past 30. And that's fucked up. And Muzan's just still being asked, talking about, it's like, I can gag. I don't care. He cares about none of this. And he's saying to himself, like, your story doesn't matter because I haven't been punished, right? The gods haven't gotten me. Buddha hasn't gotten me. I haven't been held accountable. And the master dude is so calm. Like, even Muzan says this dude has like the smile of Buddha while he's just sitting here calmly talking to me. Saying, I don't see it that way. And he asks him, hey, what's your dream, dog? As he's getting kind of, wrapped up in the atmosphere of, he's like, I bet I know what your dream is. Your dream is eternity. You want to live forever, right? And he like gets so far underneath Muzan's skin. Like, Muzan steps forward, and I'm sitting there going to myself, bro, Muzan told us it's just you and your family here. What are you doing? What are you doing, dog? Like, Lady Master, you need to run. Here we go. And dude is just like, and when I say dude, I mean the master. The master's like literally mentally digging at Muzan. And Muzan's like, well, doesn't matter. He's gonna find Nezuko. He's like, yeah, you're super confident about that. But he's telling him he has it all wrong. And so I love the visual for this. You could get confused. If you don't pay attention. And I was rewinding a lot so I can keep up with some of what was being said. We can see the master and his wife, and I'm assuming these are all the graves of all the demon slayers, whether they gotten old and died or whether they were slain in battle and whatnot. And it's all there. And there are flames all around. And what the master says to Muzan is that eternity is actually the human will. Human will is eternity and it's immortal. Of course, Muzan's like, I want to hear that shit. And he's like, over the last 1,000 years, the core has never been eradicated, my dude. Fact remains that, human will that you brush off and call rubbish is immortal. And it's so cool that we see the girl's reflection in the water as they move slowly. And like, you see the beach ball. It looks like a beach ball. Beach ball becomes many beach balls. And he says, not one single person has forgiven you. And I love this. Look, man, we did get moments with Tanjiro. He felt bad. Remember the Gyotaro and Daki. He's like, oh man, it could have been us. And you feel bad for like the Drummond, the lower rank Drummond demon, and a couple other ones that was like, oh, that's so sad. But I like that Muzan, everybody's just like, no. F off, Muzan. No one's going to forgive you. Not once in the last 1,000 years. And so we see all of the Hashira. And I love the visual. Like, the visual is the visual starts off with like a tiger and a dragon. And this is so, the art, the reason I'm going part by part for this is because the art is so damn good. Where like, you see the tiger and dragon behind the master and his wife, and then the lights shift to red, and then the tiger and dragon kind of come to life. And he says that time and time again, you stepped on the tiger's tail and you incurred the wrath of the dragon. And normally they would have been asleep, but you awaken a tiger and a dragon, and we see the Hashiras all turning around, like frowning. Even Kanroji, Mitsuru, we see all of them turning as if to look at him. And of course, at the end of this, not turning around, facing him head on, is Tanjiro and Nezuko, the Kamados. Kamados. And they're all vowing not to let this man escape. Like, even if you kill me, my children, the Hashira, they love me so much, they're gonna get you, dog. Don't you get it, man? You're not, you kill me, it don't matter. You're not gonna win. It won't make a difference at all. I'm not all that important. But you wouldn't get the whole human bonds thing. And I like, again, the visual of Muzan's eyes widening slightly at the words he's saying, and then the wind blowing through, his veins popping, he gets little pink saber-tooth claws. Would you mind if I said one last thing? And I saw the ball dropping. The kids didn't grab it. I was like, something going on. Then they went and grabbed it. But, you know, go ask him one more thing. Which was the whole Hashira speech, right? And he's like, are you done talking? He's like, I'm gonna be honest, I didn't think you would sit here and listen for that long. And y'all, the crow sounds the alarm. All of the Hashira are converging on this one spot. The Hashira and Tanjiro. Tanjiro is basically a Hashira at this point. Just putting it out there. He's basically a Hashira. They're going in, and we get a nice little flashback, because it was the one Hashira who was saying this at their last meeting. There should at least be two Hashira guarding the Master's family at all time, right? Like, help me out here, Gilmei. Gilmei is technically the oldest Hashira. He is the oldest Hashira. I think he's 27. And he said, look, I became Hashira at 19. It has been like this since then, and I have been asking for him to have two. But the Master says the Hashira are a valuable resource that he cannot hoard to himself. A little bit more than that, right? He became Hashira 18. So, you know, he's been there for 8 years saying this. What's so incredibly funny about this, none of this shit matters, because this was a trap. The Master's trap was impeccable. Blew up the entire mansion. Don't know how he did it. Don't care how he did. We get the little nice little 3D explosion. The moment that he steps even closer, and we hear the death throes of pain from Muzan. Like, he's down to the muscles and skeletons. And his mind is racing. He going, I never expected him to hate me that much. We get a visual of vipers in the bed. He's like, he has a pit of darkness in his heart, like vipers, that hates me that much, that he sacrificed his family. Did they know what was going to happen? I actually do think they knew what was going to happen. That's why they weren't even. That's why the little girls went, and the wife wasn't like, oh no, because it's like, yeah, we signed up for this. We knew what was going to happen. As a matter of fact, one of the funniest moments was the Master couldn't see him, because the Master asked, what does he look like? She's like, well, looks like a young man, early or late 20s. He has pink eyes, but they're cat-like slits, and she could have just said Michael Jackson with cat eyes, and it would have made sense. But he got the ugly-ass brown shoes on, too. And he's just going over. He's like, I thought he was just another regular human. How could someone come up with something so vicious like this and just look that calm? And then we got three lords here. The next lord is with Gilmei and the Master, right? Because I mentioned Gilmei, we're gonna go here. And Gilmei, we go back to when he's 18, the Master was 14. And this is when Gilmei did his second ever cry that we see, because it's like he was so dignified and stately, even from time I met him into his death. And he asked Gilmei to go through with this plan, because none of the other, he calls the Hashira's children, none of his other children would do it, but he knows that you would do it. And he's like, in 5 days, Muzan's gonna come for me. How do you know? Intuition. It's not just intuition. That family has foresight. It's how they were able to have a fortune to keep things going, and it's how this stuff has happened. I'm gonna tell you that foresight did not come through at the end, though, but I'll get there in a minute. And the reason why we have jumped to Gilmei is because there was a demon art that sprung up as Muzan is trying to reform himself. That shit was so cool. There's Makabishi's little, ninja star spikes in him. It's like just to slow down his regeneration. And then as he's almost fully formed, these seeds pop up and a demon art activates that makes these black blood thorns that skewer through his head and his body, and they splinter off even more. And he's like, whose demon heart is this? Had no clue. He's like, well, I'll absorb it, because he couldn't move. And Lady Tamayo comes in, stabs him. And it's like, yeah, you've already started absorbing my hand. Guess what? It's a medicine that turns demons into humans. That ain't true. Nah, bro. I perfected it. We get such a good look at Lady Tamayo here at this juncture. She's equal parts beautiful, equal parts scary as shit when you actually just look at her. Especially, I like characters' eyes. You look at her eyes, the same cat-like-ish eyes, but the female eye of how this series is drawn, just, it stirs you a little bit. But that's not it. We're not done here. We get her lore. It's gonna tie back into Gyome. Give me a second. So her lore. I gotta scroll down here. Her lore here is she's pissed at him. Why is she mad at him? He tells her that her grudge is misguided and it's outrageous. Stabbing her in the forehead, by the way, putting a deep gash, doesn't matter. She's just stabbing him. And again, I love how they did the art for her eyes, because he said, who was it that killed your husband and children? Was it me? No. That was you who did that. You devoured them. And her eyes darting down. It's such a human reaction. You see, if you pay attention to how people react to news and things like that, you see it, like her eyes searching for a truth that she knows is there, but she's looking for a way out mentally, emotionally. And basically, that she was going to die from an illness. Dude turned her into a demon, but she said, I would never agree to be a demon if I knew that would have happened. I wanted to be cured so I can watch my children have full lives. And the exact opposite happened. He's like, but you killed scores of humans. He also bragged about killing hundreds upon thousands of people to the master, which is just Muzan. And you'll get why I'm saying this later if you're just watching this for the first time. Muzan is Naraku Aizen level of asshole. He's on the chart now. He is. If Dio Brando wasn't a hater through generations, actually he's a hater through generations too. Muzan and Dio, assholes, vampiric assholes. She's crying. She's crying and just, that's okay though. I killed hordes of people too through my grief and my anger and all that, but that's all right. I'm gonna die with you. And that's when she calls Gyome, who you thought Tengen Uzu was the only one with the chain whips and stuff. Dude has a axe blade on one end and a big ass mace on the other, smashes Muzan's head, and the sickest squelch. And he's like, oh damn, he cut his head. No, his head. That don't. Even the master said in the flashback, yeah, if cutting his head don't work, more than likely he's gonna die by the sunlight. And I love that this is not out of the realm of impossibility, because we met the last arc was two demons that you couldn't necessarily cut their heads off and they would die, right? He had to jump through hoops. This was predictably said, all right, so this is going to be a drag out fight to see who's going to last until sunrise. And hold on. Wait. Gotta go through. I love that he did his Namu Amida Batsu when he splattered his head. I want to remember the name of his technique, because this was really, really good. So Muzan does black. He does blood. Is it called blood bramble? Black blood brambles, which is essentially what's stabbing him. And stone breathing third form stone skin. It's basically the cool thing that Tengen did when blocking the techniques. Shit was amazing. And this is when everyone comes in there. Everybody's like, what's this? What's going? What, when Hashira was like, what did you do to the master? I love a good anime, and I was just telling somebody this on Saturday that I love when characters relay information. I love that we get away from certain tropes as, oh, I forgot to tell you. No, I love the fact that he's like, the master's plan is working. They all came up here. Everybody, this is Muzan Kibutsuji. Cutting off his head won't work. Let's get him. And you got everybody going, that's him, it's him. What, that's him? Really, that's him. They're not saying it out loud because they're positioned right. You got Shinobu up top. You got Mist over there. You got Wind on top of the gate that's somehow the stone gate. And you just have Tanjiro. Tanjiro is just ready to throw hands. I love that when everyone shows up, Tanjiro locks eyes with him. And he's like, Muzan Kibutsuji. Yeah, we gonna get you. I had to rewatch this. I've rewatched this at least 3 times where they all start to do a technique. It's like wind breathing third form, mist breathing first form, insect breathing third form, love breathing fourth form, water breathing third form. Who else is left? I think stone. I don't think he did a stone thing. Am I missing anybody? Serpent breathing, fifth form. Am I missing anybody? I think that's everybody still alive. You get Tanjiro, just Hino Kami Kagura. They're all about to stab this dude and kill him. And then you hear boing. Doors open up under all of them. Which is weird now that I think about it, because they were all in mid-jump. So for the door to open up and get Gilmay made sense, but the doors open up and they all sink down. But it's not just them. It's literally every single demon slayer. We see Murata with 3 others in the countryside looking around. They fall through. Inosuke's about to eat some fish with the boar head off with his pretty boy looking self. He falls through. I'll get to Zenny in a second. We got, what is the name of Tanjiro's girl? Kanao. She's speaking, telling somebody, hold on tight. We ain't gonna let you go down. And you got just all of them just appear inside of the Infinity Castle. Gravity there is weird. So if you're at a point, you boom, 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 boom. And they're all falling through. Like, what the hell is going on here? Gyu calls out to Tanjiro. Inosuke's crazy ass, he's falling through. Probably can tell that there's a whole shitload of demons in this infinity space because the demons they're creeping out. And he's just laughing like a madman. Boarhead on, ready to whoop some ass. I can see why he's some people's favorites. I get it now. He annoyed me in the beginning when shit hits the fan. And you see that white blade falling down. Zenitsu grabs it. You think he's asleep. Nah. His eyes opens up. I think Zenitsu's ready to stay woke. Demons creeping. They're going to find you. They're going to catch you sleeping. So that was the whole plan. The plan was to find every single demon slayer. Not to find Nezuko, but to destroy the core in one fell swoop. Now, I'm about to go down here. This is when shit gets so good, y'all. And I know I'm going over. I'm sorry. It's over 20 minutes. I usually don't do play-by-plays, but this is a really damn good finale. Bruh. I love that he's talking trash. Still got Tomoyo's hand in the stomach. He's talking trash, talking about, you thought that you got me? No, tonight is the night that all of you are going to hell. And Tanjiro straight up falls on the next platform that's the closest to him. And he's like, Muzan tonight's gonna massacre all of you. And Tanjiro just like straight up tells him, you're the one going to hell, Muzan. Your ass ain't getting away no matter what. I'm gonna get you. And Muzan's just like, do it then. I'll let to see you try. Kamado Tanjiro. He called this man by his full government name. But that's not over. That's not it. It's when Tanjiro's falling down and he's going, I'm gonna defeat you. Muzan Kibutsuji. This is beyond Time, which loosely translates to bastard, or Omae. Wait, no, that's Omae. No, Omae Time. No, this is I'm calling you by your name because I'm gonna get in that ass. Oh, and that's what the episode ends with the credits and all that, and the credits go into the opening song. Shit just got real like that. There's no way all of them are making it out. There's no way. I have not read the manga, right? Some things have been spoiled for me because, you know, when major things happen in a manga, certain people go, ee. It's part of the job. It's part of the, what's the word I'm calling? It's part of the genre. Not mad about that. I'm just like, I still don't know what is going to happen to everybody. Who is going to make it out of this shit? What? Just what? What? They fell through the Infinity Castle. And before I get to the Taisho secret, because the Taisho secret is very touching, because we can't believe both Mushoku Tensei and this had touching parts in it. The last season is supposed to be done in 3 movies. Is Infinity Castle arc the last season? Is this the last season? This is going to be in movies. So are we getting like 3 2-hour movies? Because I know Mugen Train was like maybe an hour and 15. I mean, I got a phone here. I'm just gonna go. Just bear with me. I'm pretty sure Infinity Train was not super long, which is it's pretty good. You don't want movies to be too long. How long was Mugen Train? Mugen Train was an hour and 57 minutes. That's 2 hours. So Infinity Castle is going to be 3 trilogies, which means they're doing this as movies. That means that the last season being 3 movies means that we're going to get this whole entire last season is going to be 3 parts. Because that's what they did to Mugen Train. Now, granted, most of us will probably go to the movie theaters when the films come out. Whenever they choose to come out over here, because there was like a month and a half gap between Mugen Train and the release over here in the West. Some people don't have time to go to the movies, so some people just watch Mugen Train on the Hulus or wherever they can watch it, right? Which is fine. That's how I did it. I watched it episode by episode, and there was actual extra things. I'm being told, or should I say, the research that I did, is that this arc, the Hashira training arc, they put more stuff in it than what was in the manga so that you can have a more full arc. The same thing will probably happen with this Infinity Castle stuff, but holy shit, this is amazing. Let's talk about the Taisho secret. So Taisho secret was going to be on Kanroji because we need something nice and sweet. And Tanjiro does, say she's charming and sweet young woman. You already knew that. But she was Rengoku's Suguru. So she was the person he was trained to be the next Hashira. Everybody else dropped out because the training was grueling. Not her. She stuck through it. And she tells us about him. She's going to tell us a secret. He was like a cool big brother figure. He taught her many things, treat her well, and he was a big eater. They both would eat a massive pot of sweet potato rice between them. We get a nice cute picture of her eating with her white coat, not the multicolored coat, white coat, and him eating and him going, washo, and she's going, this heave ho, and she's going hee ho, and his little brother's there. And it's sweet. I think I have a theory. My theory is that until you become like Hashira level, you don't get a multicolored coat. But then why does Zenitsu and Tanjiro both have multicolored coats? You see what I'm saying? It's kind of, that's how you show that they're different, but I digress. But it's a lovely memory. that she has, and Tanjiro wishes he could have joined them, and then you hear Rengoku on the side going, I remember that too. And they both turn off screen, and you can see this, not facade, but this setup. Like, it's like they're in the studio. You see the two lights and the camera, you see the hall, but they don't see him. But down that dark hall, he's talking to them, and they're both shocked as shit. And he's like, you're gonna battle Muzan Kibutsuji now. I'm counting on you. And was that a dream? That wasn't a dream. He was there. So we're gonna beat him no matter what. I love that in this universe. They tell us stuff that goes on with the Hashira. The Hashira actually fighting these evil ass things. This dude's actually dead, and his ghost came back to say, do the damn thing. Like, when I didn't expect to hear from him. And it's weird. It's weird. One of the weird things in the series is everyone cares about Rengoku dying, because when you get to meet him, you're like, there's so much more potential there that it got snuffed out. And that's kind of what death does, right? You get to know people, and then something happens to them. So much left unsaid. But damn, 5 out of 5, just period. 5 out of 5. This entire season, I'd give a 4. The season's not as good as, let's say, Entertainment District or even the Swordsmith Village arc, but it was a nice little setup to be like, hey, something big is coming. But this episode's 5 out of 5. It keeps this entire season, this whole entire arc, as a 4 out of 5. That's the lowest it is. Fantastic. I wish I could say more about this, but I've gone far enough. Please tell me what you thought, not just of this episode, but of the season. If you haven't read the manga, what do you think is going to happen? Who do you think is going to be the first one to die? Because someone's going to die. I feel like someone like Murata's going to die. I'm going to feel really bad if are the triplets there? Is the girl who helps out with the recovery, is she there? I don't think they ever went on missions. So maybe, the eyes found people that went on missions. But damn, who do you think is gonna die first? I think it's gonna be Murata. I think he's gonna be in front of Tanjiro, and he's gonna go the fuck off. Let me know what you think. Do not forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to be notified of more reviews like this. I cannot wait for next season. I'm gonna be sad when this whole entire show is over, but this shit is good. Please, I already said the notification bell. If you want to support me even further, my Patreon link is in the description below. I appreciate you all. Thank you for taking some time to listen to me just gush about not just this season, but this show. Man, Tanjiro, don't let him find Nezuko. Please be good, be blessed, drink some water, be good to yourself, be good to others. Either way it goes, please don't be a jerk. And if you are going out for the 4th of July, please drink responsibly and be safe. All right, don't be a jerk to others. All right, remember, people out there care about you. So if you're feeling down and out, reach out to somebody. All right, there are people that rather talk to you today than to miss you and mourn you tomorrow. And I guarantee there are people that care about you. All right. Want to talk to me? My social media is in the description below, right underneath that Patreon link. Give me a follow, say hi, don't be a jerk, and we will be A-OK. Man, I got 2 Taisho secrets for you. Taisho secret number 1, I cannot wait. Taisho secret number 2, I will definitely see you guys next time. And, wait. Nezuko will see you next time as well.